Book. What am I doing today? Uh, I gotta do a pivot. I gotta change up what I'm doing, how I'm doing things. I've got a bad back. I got injured in an accident years and years and years ago, and it's not getting any better. And I find that I can't. I got bum everything, shoulder, back, everything. And I've got this dream that if something happens, there's a crisis or, the zombie apocalypse or whatever it is, that I'm going to grab this bag and I'm going to run out and live off the land and whatever it is. Kind of reviewed this bag, this bug out bag idea. And ever since I've done that, and it's been about a year, 2 years now, it's kind of just sitting around. I trip over it. It doesn't fit. I've got a new rack system in my Jeep. If I remember, I'll try to throw a picture of that up here. Got the Lightner rack system in my Jeep, and it's got some cubbies and stuff, but it can't even fit this bag. And so what I moved to is, well, I didn't move to it. I have another video on that. I'm using the Maxpedition, shoulder bag, carry bag. But I still have my survival stuff in that bag if worse comes to worse. But the idea that I'm going to grab this big bag and take it out is just ludicrous. If something happens, most of my stuff is in my house. I'm going to try to get to my house. That's what that little bag is for, is to get to my house or get to somewhere that I can safe, or that I know somebody, or like I think Wrangler Star says he's got his own war band. I think that's kind of the route to go. But really, doesn't matter how, with my situation, doesn't matter how many weights I lift, doesn't matter if I run, bike, whatever. This bag is just going to be too much. So in kind of a weird backwards video, this is a breakdown video. I'm going to be taking this bag apart and kind of seeing what I need and what I don't need. And I think there's going to be a lot of stuff I don't need. So hold on, let me get this bag up here and we'll move on with the bug out bag breakdown. So as you can see, this thing is huge. To think that I'm going to take this bag, throw it on my back, and run up in the hills it's crazy. It's a dream. I like the dream. It's but I'm not going to be special forces. I'm not going to be anything else other than who I am. And if I need to bug out, I'm going to be doing it in a 4-wheel drive as much as I can. So I'm going to look at this bag. I'm going to break it down, kind of pull everything out of it, and kind of determine, what stuff I need, what stuff I don't. And likely what's going to happen is I'm going to look at this, and as cool as this old Eagle pack is, I think I'm probably going to go to a smaller pack, and we'll see. Let's get to it and see what we can pull off for weight. Breakdown of the big bag. This thing is been my bug out bag, which I thought was going to be my bug out bag. And then kind of just as I walk around my house and have to move it and trip over it, I find out that there is no way that I am going to carry this anywhere for any length of time. Not with my bad back, not with what I have going on. There's just no way. So got a scale in front of me. You can't see it. I've been weighing. I weighed this bag as it is, as it sits. It's 27.5 pounds. That's just, everybody's like, well, that's not that heavy. That's just one little dumbbell. Yeah. You try carrying that for a long period of time. And yes, I know our modern military can handle that, and they have packs much, much bigger than this and heavier. But I'm not 20 anymore. I'm not 30 anymore. I'm plus 50 plus, however you want to say it. And I got a bad back and some other stuff, and this isn't happening for me. So what I'm going to do today is pull out the items, and I'm going to have to make some hard choices to see what things I want to keep and what things need to go back in the drawer or bye-bye or wherever. 27 to 30 pound pack that I'm bug out my butt. There's no way I'm taking this anywhere. It's a tripping hazard in the house, and I'm ready to break this down. So let's see what in this bag needs to stay and what needs to go here on Whiskey Book. Okay, first off, right on the back side, this is a really, really cool hatchet. This is a Wooks. And I won't go through every item like this, but this is one of my favorites. This is a little Wooks hatchet. Has a leather handle guard on it. It says Wooks on it. It's Wooks steel. I've sharpened it up a little bit. It didn't come very sharp at all, but it is a nice, solid feeling hatchet. Now, I wish it wasn't varnished. Might take this wood off and linseed oil it or whatever, but for what I need, put some gloves on it, let it swing. This is very well balanced. Just a sweet, sweet axe, and it comes with, it's probably not the greatest cover, but it's a cover, so you won't cut yourself. So, Wooks axe, does it need to come with me? No. I am going to, whether I have one in here or not, I'm going to have one of those foldable saws to go with me. As much as I love this, as much as this thing is just, I really want to take this. This thing is 2 pounds, 2.8 ounces. Like, that's a lot of weight right off the go. So axe is gone. Gosh, as much as I hate to do that right off the bat, we're making tough decisions. That's a no-go for us. It's just too heavy, too bulky. And again, if I can't carry this pack, swinging an axe all day doesn't help either. So let's look at the alternative that I have. I have redundant systems in this bag, and that's probably why it's so heavy, is I've got my Becker BK7, God, what do you call this? A survival knife, a tool knife, a break everything knife. It's not quite a 1/4 inch thick, 3/16 maybe even a little less. Really nice knife. The knife itself is only 13 ounces. It doesn't even break a pound. Like this is a pretty sweet knife. I'm gonna leave this in the go pile, even though, and maybe we didn't talk about this because of my sound system. Eagle pack, wonderful pack, can hold up. It's got the good zippers. It's got all the good stuff. It was issued to Special Forces a long, long time ago. It can do it, but it's just too big for me. So that knife will be coming off of here, and I will probably actually go with a smaller blade, and we can talk about that in a later video. So on the front of the pack, there's this little pouch here. What's in this little pouch here? In this little pouch here, we have, well, we've got a lot of Velcro. We have the Gray Bearded Green Beret Fire Boss 33-piece fire starting kit. That is 7.5 ounces. We're going to keep that. That's going to stay with us for now. And that was all that was in that front pouch, and I'm not exactly sure what this little dangler's for. Anyway, okay, front pouch down. We have a carabiner on the front. Doesn't hardly weigh anything. We will keep that. Ouch pouch on the side. This has, what does it have in it? We have a Z-Pack dressing and thin cinch sterile compression bandage. Yeah, I mean, obviously we need to keep some medical, right? I don't know if I'm going to keep this pouch. I've got some other ones, some trauma kits, but some sort of trauma will stay. Another carabiner, some sort of trauma kit will stay. All right, let's break this sucker open. I'm not going to spend all day on this. We're going to kind of scoot through this. And first thing I have in here is a pretty cool, it's a barrier fleece. Just something to throw over if it gets cold out. You just throw this over yourself and it'll warm you right up, and it's got pretty good wind resistant properties. It'll even resist a little bit of rain, not a lot. That's 1 pound 7 ounces. It's a little thick, but man, you can't go wrong with clothes. So I'm gonna put this in the. Let's keep that pile for right now. Okay. Next, adult EVA poncho. So that does block out the rain. That's another 14, almost a pound, 14 ounces. Right now, that's going in the keep. I need a poncho. Need a poncho. Need a poncho. Okay, what do I have else? This is something I think I either got a hand-me-down or garage sale or something. It is a game hide hunting wear. What is this even made out of? Made in Vietnam, so whatever. It's just another shirt. You know what? What does that weigh? Do I need another shirt? No, I don't. It's almost a pound. That's going away. Holy crap. Now this is heavy. What is in this pack? This is, okay. This is an all everything crazy pack here. This is boot laces. We need those. This is a big, so this is from my days in the Air Force. I went through series training. I did some follow-on training with air crew, things like that. Fun fact, pretty cool. I went through the same series training. Well, I'm sure there's updates now, but basically the same Air Force school that the FT-15 Wizzo went through, who just survived in Iran. So that's kind of pretty cool. Warms my heart. My job in the Air Force was, I didn't do the starter SEER training, but we did some of the follow-on stuff. So very, very cool. I worked with all the survival equipment, things like that. So just warms the heart, man. So the Aircrew Survival book. How much is this? 11.5 ounces. We're going to put this in the not go for right now. The shoelaces are going to go. We'll come back to that. And the reason I'm putting it in the no-go, if I was brand new, didn't know what I was doing, I would definitely want that with me for a lot of reasons. One, you forget things, obviously. Two, if you are in a situation where you're surviving, it might be handy to have something to read. But we'll see. I also have these protractor, plastic compass kind of things. Great to have if you know how to use them and if you have a map. They're going in the no-go right now because, yes, you can sue me. I don't have a map right now of my area. I rely on Onyx off-road, and I shouldn't. I should have a paper map. It's actually harder to find than you think. Okay, this right here, this is actually kind of cool. This I'm keeping. This is a game snare. Definitely want one of those. Yeah, you can make one with some wire, things like that. But what does this thing weigh? That thing is a 3.7, 3.5 ounce, basically. And it's already got, like, it's already set up where you can set it up and it'll tighten it. Tensioner, I think that's what I'm trying to say. Compass. That's a heavy compass, 8.5 ounces. I'm going to keep it for now, but we may be looking at trading that in. Okay, makeup compact, right? That is your camo with a mirror. That stays. Why would you need camo? Well, the mirror helps, okay, if nothing else. Then I got some other goodly gook here. This is my fasteners. I got a little bit of zip tie, cordage, and then this, who makes this? A Night Eyes rope tightener. That's going to go in the not go right this second, and everybody's going to yell at me, I know. This will probably all go back in this bag as a possible maybe if there's any more room left. But I've got a whole string of bank line that's a lot lighter than that. This whole setup is 6 ounces. Yeah, I don't think I need to take that with all the bank line I have. Okay, old military match container. I already have the comprehensive fire kit that has redundancy upon redundancy. This not going to go back into Bugout kit, but I will keep that for something else. More fasteners, zip ties. Can't go wrong with zip ties. And then pens and plastic. I don't need those in the trash. Pens, I'd rather get right in the rain, so we're going to say no on those. Again, we're going to kind of cruise through here, so see what else I got. All right, what's in this? Got a little fuzzy case here with a button tie on the top. We have, UCO lantern. But anyway, if you don't know what these are, these little lantern things, you get the candle that goes with it, and I'm assuming that's what else I have in this pack. And you put that in here. Oh, it's got one in there. It's got a candle in there. You light that like this, hang it up. Let's just say you, if you have this with you and I'm in Montana. Well, not this year. Geez, going all over the place. But most years we have well below zero weather with a lot of snow. You run off the road. You can hang this up in your car. Now make sure you can roll down your windows or crack a door or something. You don't want to be stuck in there without oxygen. But you hang this up. This will put off not just light, but it puts off heat. And that can save your bacon. And I have these little UCOs in a lot of packs and a lot of things. And I've got them in the house. Because, yes, that's going. Let's just say that. The weight is 9 ounces even. What else is in here? Probably a couple more candles. Yes, it is. A couple more candles. I think these candles go 8 to 12 hours, something. Hey, let me look at it. 9 hour candles. 27 hours of warmth, light. Yes, that's going. Okay. What else do we have in this pack? We have poncho pants. These are military pullover pants. These things are awesome. If you ever go to a military surplus, grab you a set of these. They go over the top of whatever you're already wearing. You just throw them over the top. And it keeps the rain and wind out, and they're not that heavy. They're not that much. What they weigh? Some around 1.5 pounds. It's kind of being but yeah, that's going to go in whatever pack I choose. I had snow camo in here. No, not fighting the world. If I am, I need more than this bag. Let's just put it that way. Okay, a nesting cup. With this is the Stanley one. These are really nice. They're just cheap and easy. As I say that, be smarter than the machine. There we go. Okay, stainless steel, single wall. I think most of you, if you're watching this, kind of understand the reason for single wall, not double wall. I got some cups and a Bic lighter. I'm going to take that, but not this one. I have one from the Pathfinder school that's in its own separate bag. I will just take that one. This one will be a spare. I'll throw that in my camping set. But no, that's coming out. Oh, and that is, let's try to stay on track here, 14.6, almost a pound for that. So we're saving a pound off that guy. What do we have in this pocket? Let's pull out some stuff out of this pocket. This pocket's killing me here. I have a neck gaiter. Nope. What is it? Whatever. The thing that goes all the way over your head. Looks like a ski mask. Very lightweight, but can just keep you a little bit warm. I'm going to put that in the go pile for right now. Hand warmers, no, because they're probably old. Soul rescue blanket, absolutely. These things, cheap. Can save your life. Make sure you have those. Emergency poncho. We're getting redundant with that. I already have a poncho. That'll go in something else. And then ironclad gloves. You know, these gloves are thin as whatever. They're probably good for riding bikes or shooting or whatnot. Probably need to get a better set of gloves. What do the gloves weigh? 2.5 ounces. We're gonna keep some gloves for now, but it might not be those gloves. Okay, what else I got in here? I got this pack. This pack, before we figure out what it is, 1 pound, 9.5 ounces. Are we keeping this or are we ditching this? Oh, this is kind of cool. So we got soap, lava soap. I got bug spray. I have another little camo pack. So we're probably going to be ditching the... No, I like the compact. It has the mirror in it. This has a... This was my duty when I was a police officer. This was my G-Shock. How close is it? Well, it's off by about 20 minutes, so that might not be Timex's best move, or is it Casio? Best move right there. I think that's Casio. Get Casio G-Shock. Yeah, some lip balm, Oragel. Yeah, this stuff. This is the toiletries. There's some coffee in here, some iodine pills, some of these little tablets you put in water and they become big towels. Yeah, we're keeping this. This is toiletry bag. I mean, this isn't even survival stuff. Let's just say I want to go camping overnight, you know, like, and I forget to take something. And I have this bag with me because that's where this bag is going to go. This is not going to sit in my house anymore. This is going to sit in my Jeep. Toiletry bag, good. What did I say that was? Yeah, we're not cutting anything out of there. 1 pound, 9 ounces. Dang it, my keep pile is a little too big over here. We might have to go back through. Camo netting. No. It's going to go in a different spot. Okay. I have a food Tupperware thing. Sporks, because we all love to hate sporks. It's got another spork on the lid. It's a Tupperware / cooking thing. 11, 12 ounces. Nope. I have a different. I'm just going to use the other Stanley cup I have if I need to eat food. Oh God. Speaking of eating, I have an MRE. I don't even want to know what date is on this MRE. It is 1 pound, 6 ounces. That's going away. Oh, geez, I'm hitting mics and everything. That's going to be a Mountain House or something like that. We will substitute. All right, what else we got in here? We have light sticks. Those are pretty handy to have. You like break down or whatever, you just throw them on the road like a flare. I have a dirty old sock. Actually, it's a clean sock, but who wants to see socks, right? What the hell? Oh, that's my... Isn't that ironic? In a sock, I have my water filtration system. 1.5 ounces about. We're going to keep that. But nope, we're not. I have a Grail. We're not keeping that. Grail in the other system. All right. I'm reaching in here. Okay. Ooh. Bolts for a little crossbow I have that used to be attached to this pack that I forgot to take these out. That's 2.5 ounces. Those are coming out. Also on the outside, have a universal holster. Not going to take that. Oh, that went down before I had a chance to weigh it. I'm not going to take that because I have a different holster for the firearms I have now. Those won't be in the pack. They'll be with me at all times, so I don't need that. That's so when I throw the pack on, I could put the firearm there. You know, whether it's animals or whatever it is, zombies, whatever, it's right there. Wow, I've got too much stuff here. That system is gone now. We'll do it a different way. Okay, last little thing here. Dude wipes. Okay, how much are they? Geez, 10.5 ounces. They're kind of expensive. Yes, they are expensive. They're also expensive in weight. But we're going to keep them. And I say that, probably not this pack. I already have another pack. Okay, a Garmin. Do we need these with our phones and stuff now? 11.2 ounces. That's, yeah, I'm going to say no. I don't even know if I know how to use that anymore. I have this This is a pretty cool little case. It's a Cobra Tech case. A knife came in this, one of those Microtech kind of wannabes, but still pretty good. But I use this case for, I'm sure it's batteries and stuff. They're weather resistant. They seal up, obviously. Very good. I have, oh yeah, I can't tell, a bunch of batteries, AA's, CR123s, 9-volt, cloths to clean things. I also have in here cool little one of those keychain things that you buy, but in this keychain thing, multi-tool, oh, it's an AR-15 tool. Yeah, I'm going to keep that because that's actually kind of cool, because if I have to run and grab something and I have this bag that I'm going to make already in the Jeep, I'm definitely going to be trying to grab my AR-15. So that is sticking with us. The case is a little heavy, but having all those batteries sealed off from the water and whatnot. Okay, so how am I going to do this here? I'm going to try to throw, what I'm going to do is throw everything back in the bag that I'm keeping, and we're going to see how much weight we saved. Then we're going to have to see if we've got to do some more. So stay tuned. I'm going to throw everything back in here, and I will be right back with one to grow on. So what's the final verdict on this? Funny enough, you know, numbers written down here. Starting weight about 27.5. After dumping the stuff, it's almost exactly half, about 13 pounds, 8 ounces. I think I'm still going to take a few other things out, but hey, we cut this bug out thing in half. I think the fleece, I've got a different covering that's not quite as heavy, although that one's really good. I might keep that one. The pants things, I'll keep that. There's a few things that, but we got rid of a lot of the heavy stuff. And let me talk about one in particular. Man, that's so much lighter. Sitting out on the floor, that feels like something I could actually like move around and use. Turn my weight thing here off. So the knife, this is kind of the big thing, is because I'm like, well, holy cow, this is great. It's a Becker BK7. It's built to last. It's got a multi-tool on the outside and the sheath. The sheath is tough. Kind of the ultimate all around. Again, love this knife. It is one of my, if I could only grab a few things, it's one of those things. But here's what I'm going to do with this. This isn't going to be in my pack. This is going to be probably somewhere in my vehicle. And the reason is look, I also have a whole set of tools in my vehicle, whatever. So, you know, this might be for my other Jeep, my little Jeep, or a motorcycle or something, because that's so handy to have. If I'm going to bug out, man, I'm bugging out in my Gladiator. Like, that's kind of the plan. And if I can't do that, I'm bugging out in the little Jeep. And if I can't do that, well, I'm just going to dig a hole and we're going to fight out of a pit here, because there's no way I'm running anywhere. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. This knife, the axe, I've already got a replacement for. I don't have it in front of me. Got one of those Corona folding saws. Those things are fantastic. I know Silky Boy saws are top of the line, but man, those things are about 4 times as much, and those Coronas work great. I've used them. I've used the Bacos, the Coronas, and a Samurai saw. They work really well. Not quite as good as the Gamboy or the Silky saws, but I don't need the axe. I need a knife. We'll get into the knives later. In fact, I'll probably do a whole video on what knife I'm going to throw in this pack, because it is definitely not this hefty boy. We're going to go lighter. No, I'm not going Mora light, but somewhere closer to that. And then I'll kind of show you what that pack looks like after this. But hey, that's all this was. I just wanted to bring you guys along for the ride as I kind of make some tough decisions, go through my bag and decide what do I really need. And you know what? I might go through there again and cut a couple other things out. If I'm trekking, let me just kind of go back to what I think a bug out, get home, holy crap bag is for. if I have one in my vehicle, it's to get home if I get stuck. Like we live in Montana. My wife's been stuck in the hills before, had to walk out when she was pregnant. I mean, it was crazy. They got stuck way up in the mountains. It can happen. And if you have a bag that's got some clothes and some fire stuff and shoot a flashlight, how good is that? I got this whole bag here and no flashlight. Now I used to have a headlamp in there. I recently tried it. It was toast. Getting a new one of those, but the simple things that you don't need the whole bag. That's just you're going to get more tired trying to hump that off the mountain out here than anything else. What I need is something to keep me warm, something to grail, get some water if I need it. If I don't have some, hopefully I have some in the vehicle. One of these little these things, you can go a long way cooking in one of those little Stanleys or whatever the titanium steel, whatever you want to use. And that's where I'm going to go. We're going to cut out a lot of this stuff and the hopes and dreams are away. I got to be real with what we're doing and that's where we're at. So, hey, thanks for coming along for the ride. And I'll bring you along next time when we talk about what we're actually going to put in a bag and say, yeah, this is realistic. So thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.